Angelina Stone and Marble was the low bidder of the base bid, but depending on what alternates you select, the low bidder can vary. Waller Corporation was second. Waller is the company that did the work at the Claysville project. And then when we had McCrazy was a little bit higher, Mariana Reaches was higher, and Garrison Construction was long higher also. The alternate bids are the handicap ramp from the cafeteria, replacement of the existing plastic window seals with aluminum seals. The work at Plain Buffalo was another alternate bid also. And the reason we didn't like that so that we can see what the actual price for that is. And the board can decide whether they want to wait on that work or not. Alternates G4 and G5 was to substitute EIFS, which is the proprietary name is Driver in lieu of brick. C was the replacement of the lintels at the front elevation, and the ones that are all rusting out in the cantilever section of the building. And G7 was to delete the cleaning of the face brick with the exception of the south elevation and all of areas of restored masonry. So after we reviewed all those bids, and we got the contractor's qualification statements, and they sent us their references and all that, we checked some of them. I worked with business administrator and the facilities director, and we recommend that the board award the contract to Waller Corporation and take alternate bids, accept alternate bids G1, G2, and G3, and G7. So that will bring it to a total proposed contract amount of $656,333. The other contract that we received bids is for the asbestos abatement. Asbestos is in the caulking of the window at the Plain Buffalo building. We don't have any asbestos at the high school. The bid for removal came lowest bid from Environmental Protection Systems from Girard, Ohio, $8,560. That will bring the total proposed project construction contract to $664,893. Below on your bid summary, I included the related cost, which is the engineer fee, the asbestos consultant, permit and inspections. I don't know what the fee for the permit is going to be, or if there's even going to be one required. I submitted that to Buffalo, to the inspector of Buffalo Township, waiting for him to get back to me. What he told me on the phone is that there will probably be required, a permit will probably be required for the run in the actual construction. So I say tentatively $14,000 for the permit and the inspection. I expect that to be less, but I put that in there based on the code to see what he says. And I'm also recommending that you have contingency of 5% in the contract. That brings the total project cost to $759,653. Hopefully you will not have to dig into the contingency, but if you do, that will be the total amount.
One thing we wanted to review with the board was the bid we have in the account right now, $699,158. So we have some of that amount. Some of the $759 has already been paid. Will be approximately $32,000 in contingency is what we would be short to do this project. However, if we don't use the contingency, it would pay for itself. So in the event that we would use some of that contingency, we may need to use a portion of the fund balance to finish the project if that's what the board chooses to do with these options. And again, the 14,000, if we don't have permit fees, that would come off of there as well.
There will be something in there for her.
It just might not be that
It
much.
may not be that much at all.
Ms. Todd, did you just say that some of the 759,000 has already been paid?
Yes, we paid 2,340 for PSI for the asbestos testing, and we paid 26,000 for the, or around 26,000 for the architect drawings and the stuff to date
26K.
so far.
So far. Those would have to have been done no matter who would be selected as the contractor.
Right, that's the architect, the design, yes.
So what was the first one, 26K for the,
The 2,340 was the asbestos, we had to do the asbestos testing.
Anyways, what's any reason why such a big discrepancy for the asbestos? I mean, it's just.
I don't know, they probably were not very busy.
Yeah.
We have seen in the, lately that the asbestos removal prices, they came down quite a bit from the way they used to be before, because there isn't much asbestos removal anymore. Most of it has been removed. I did ask PSI to check on this figure, and they didn't say anything negative. Obviously, they have their bonds and their insurance and everything. So it's really a very easy project for them to do, so, and it's all exterior.
what exactly is the asbestos that needs to be removed?
It's in the caulking of the window, around the windows,
Externally.
externally, and in the caulking and the control joints of the brick. So
But it's all external.
it's all external, and the workers will not work in that area until the asbestos is removed, the asbestos containing material, because they may be exposed to asbestos.
Thank you very much. I don't know.
Thank you.
Last month, we adopted the cafeteria budget. We have the lunch pricing on the agenda. We needed to decide if we wanted to do no increase, a 5-cent increase, or a 10-cent increase. I didn't put that in, but we need to write that on the agenda. The no increase still is a deficit, 5-cent increase is a deficit, and a 10-cent increase is about a $1,700 positive for the cafeteria. It.
Oh, it's not, okay.
Number 15 under business. A 5-cent is a deficit of $23.56, and a 10-cent would be a positive $17.63. So we need to adopt either the prices are on there. The current price is $1.25 for breakfast. 5-cent would be $1.30. A 10-cent would be $1.35. Lunch at the elementary is $2.25 and $2.50 currently. So it would be $2.30 and $2.55, $2.35, $2.60. Any questions on the cafeteria?
Option 2 is the only option if you
on to the budget now. We adopted the preliminary budget in April. Since that time, we've gone back and looked at the budget. The first slide shows you we're proposing expenditures of $31.6 million. This is a slide that gives you a breakdown by object. The next slide just gives you a breakdown by the instructional, by the category, the instructional programs, the educational, the regular ed's about 11.3 million, and the total instructional is about 16.8 million. And that'll break down, you can see your transportation costs by function and all the way that it breaks down into 31.6. Right now we have revenue budgeted at 31.7. Since April, these are the cuts that we've made. We reduced the building budgets, reduced the maintenance budget, the administrative budget. We've cut computer replacements. We've reduced the replacement amount for the security cameras. We've reduced the library contribution. We've reduced the athletic budget, including staff salary and supplies. We have staff reductions, and we are bringing the ESL services, which is English as a second language or English language learners, in-house. We do have someone certified to do that. Under the reassessment, our new assessed value is $1,032,843,042. At 90% collection rate, we'll get about $925,000 a mill. Our previous millage was 130. We're looking at a reassessment. The initial reassessment with the equalization is 11.56. With the index, we're allowed to go to 11.91, which is a 0.35 mill increase. I put two examples in your packet. The first one, if you had an assessment in the old way with that 130 mills, your assessment was $29,312. Your tax bill was $3,530. Under the new assessment with the index, your assessed value would increase to $297.60. Your tax bill would go to $32.73, which is an increase with the index of 104. That's someone whose home was probably newer built. I just did random, tried to pick two random properties. The second one, the tax bill, the original assessment was 12.4. The tax bill was $1,340. With the assessment, with the index, the 11.91, the tax bill would go to 1,731, which is an increase of $58 with the index, but it's a total increase. You have to look at the 331 because that's the initial increase that they're going to get with the reassessment, and then the index is only adding an additional $58 to the assessment. The fund balance right now, the fund balance is at 3.7. If we use 628, which is our new projection based on some revenue that we got in and the expenditures that we're running, would be close to around $3 million in our fund balance for the end of this year. This is a survey that was conducted by the business managers. These are the proposed millages. These were done about in May, so they may change depending on how people's assessments are coming in, how their court hearings are coming in. If you look, we're at 1191. That puts us in the middle of, we're right in the middle of the county. This is just a pie chart that just to show you what percentages of our budget go where. You can see that 67% is salary and benefits. And the next one just shows you that 54% of our budget comes from the state in all forms of subsidy, not just basic ed. That's all subsidy from the state. And 45% is coming from the local, with 1% coming from the federal funds. Does anybody have any questions?
So the community, the township, and the Guffey School District, the people are providing approximately half of the budget and the state the other half.
Yes.
I read a report about how much money we're getting from the gaming association. Was that number about what you calculated? Was it higher, was it lower?
The number that we have has been relatively flat over the years, 873. With the amount of gaming that we have going on, they haven't increased that amount of money.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next item on the committee agenda is Western Area Career and Technology Center is doing our roof replacement. As a sending school district, we need to approve a resolution that agrees to go into a 5-year loan to approve that roofing project. As a sending school district, that is 1/9 of our responsibility. So in the agenda under committee recommendations, number 3, there is a resolution. It does list the total amount of the loan. The 5-year loan is $1.385 million, and that is divided among the sending districts based on a 10-year average of average daily membership as well as market value of the districts. The first payment of that loan is going to be covered from adult education, that revenue that the Western Area Career and Technology Center accumulated. And so we will not have a payment in 17-18. The first payment will not be due until 18-19.
Is the roof actually leaking, or is it
It
just
is.
something that should be done?
No, it's leaking and has been leaking.
So we bought welders and put them under a leaking roof?
This is
at Western Area Career and Technology Center.
For the tech school.
I apologize.
Also under committee recommendations, Dr. Jacob applied for and received a technology grant for $84,900 given by Digital Promise and funded through the Google Foundation. It will pay for a technology and learning coach at our middle school. That includes their salary and benefits. So there's a memorandum of understanding for that. And then there's also a memorandum of understanding with the Kentucky Education Association agreeing to that position.
Very good.
And then we have under committee 2 motions that we make each year because we do not typically meet in July. One is to post, advertise, and or call back furloughed staff for any vacancies that may come up between now and our next meeting. And the other one is so that we can apply for and secure grant funding that may come up throughout the year. The final approval would still come to you as a board to accept that grant, those grants, as well as hire. And that's all I have for today.
That's all for. Okay, at this time, we're going to take about a 15-minute break. We'll start the board meeting at 20 minutes to 7.
Prior to the meeting,
Yeah.
we all meet in the high school office, what we get for graduation, prior to the meeting.
Board members.
Board members. Yeah.